I'm Mark Saxon, and this is Back to the Drawing Board. Happy Friday to you all. Mm. Once again, those Friday beers just hitting different. Got to get locked in Friday night. Get locked in, get ready to watch sports, get ready to drink your beers, hang out with the boys, gamble like fucking degenerates. That's what we're all about. I want to start off with the NHL. It's been exciting. As a Red Wings fan, we've been bumping our way up in the standings, especially since Todd McClellan's taken over. Fantastic shit. I think is going on to Detroit in the last 22 games, folks. 15, 5, and 2. The Wings are going to make a difference tomorrow. They got the Stadium Series with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus got that ass the other night, 5-2, I think it was. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. We're gonna get that ass tomorrow, 4 o'clock Arizona time. That being said, let's go over some standings. I'm just gonna go over who's got the playoff position. So in the Atlantic, you got Toronto at 76. You know those make beliefs. You got the Panthers at 75, Lightning at 72. The Metropolitan, you got Washington at 84. I mean, they're just doing work. They're just doing nonsense work over there. Carolina at 72. The Devils at 70. Now the two wild card slots tied at 66 points apiece. Detroit and the Columbus Blue Jackets, with Ottawa, the Rangers, and Boston all tied at 62 right behind them. And Montreal right and Philly right behind them at 61 and 60. Tight race, playoffs coming up. I'm still sticking with my Wings. I say we finish strong. I feel like Kaner's gonna do us some good. Larkin gonna lead company down the way. Lions doing great this year. Um, I mean, Lucas Raymond doing his thing, just phenomenal shit. I think Stevie Eiserman is going to make a play before. I think it's this Thursday, the trade deadline. I think we're going to make some moves to get us through that push to do our thing. I think dude, the East is crazy. The East is crazy. You can't really count out any of those teams that I've listed. And I mean, as the Wings, as a Wings fan, they're right on the tail of the Lightning. So there's always that. They're only down by 6 points. And the Lightning kind of showing that they're human, if you will. They're 34, 20, and 4 total. We're 30, 23, and 6, so not too far behind. Let's go to the West. In the Central, you got Winnipeg at 87 points, just tearing it up. Winnipeg's been something fierce this year. Dallas, 78. Minnesota, 72. In the Pacific, you got the Knights at 76. Edmonton at 72, winning that battle of Alberta over Calgary, and the Kings at 70. Colorado, that's kind of what's shocking to me at 70 points. Um, Expecting them to sit better. I mean, they're still sitting comfortably in the wild card slots. I'm not knocking them. I just figured they would do better. I think there's still plenty of time in the season. I think they're going to be one of the teams that jump up. You got Vancouver at 65, Calgary 64, Utah, their first year, 63 points. The Blues at 62. So I mean, some moves might be made in the West as well. So it's going to be interesting. Going to be fun. I think that once again, folks, kind of like the NFL, don't believe what the mainstream media is telling you. I think some great things are about to unfold just before our very eyes. Let's move it to some basketball as we are nearing the end of the season. 2 months left only. Um, and I mean, everybody wants to talk about Luca and the Lakers. The last couple of games, Luca's finally turning it on. I think there needs to be an adjusting period. I don't think he's done adjusting, even though he's done well these last couple of games, done great these last couple of games. I really think that somebody like LeBron now, even though I'm not a fan of LeBron, well, at least I'm not a fan of people saying that he's the GOAT, if you will. I think that it's important to have the nod, from someone like LeBron, giving Luca the keys, kind of setting the standard where Luca's saying, "Hey, you know, the party time's done. Got to set the beer down. Got to set the hookah down. Got to get to work. So that'll be interesting to see there. But let's get into some standings. I'm a Celtics fan, and we just dropped one to the Cavs tonight, who are 49-10. We are 7.5 back in the conference, and it's rough. It's rough. We are in second. I think we'll be just fine. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. So it goes Cleveland, Boston at 42-18, the Knicks at 39-20, Milwaukee 33-25, and the Pacers right there 33-25, and Detroit coming out of nowhere 33-27. You got Miami, Orlando, Atlanta, and Chicago in the 7 through 10 spot. I don't think anything matters beyond that. Frankly, I think the 7 through 10 spot don't matter. Let's go to the Western Conference. Got OKC at 48-11, Denver 39-21. I expected them to be a little bit better as they're 9.5 back. Memphis 38-21. The Lakers climbing the standings 36-21. Houston 37-22, and then you got the Clippers at 32-26. So that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. That, I believe, just might be set to the way that it is. Um, I just don't see a whole lot of ground being made up in that sport. Now, something I don't talk about enough, but I will talk about way more, as the MLS has welcomed the San Diego Football Club to the MLS. Let's do it. Hey, to San Diego with their very first game, shutting down the Galaxy. Super fucking stoked, dude. I'm so stoked. The MLS is exactly what I wanted to see it. 2-0 over the Galaxy for San Diego. Tomorrow night they play. And I think that was the great and opening game for them. They got St. Louis tomorrow night in St. Louis at 8:30. That's my team, folks. That's my team. I'm from San Diego. This is my team. I can't wait to see what they do. They started off the season phenomenally over a big win over a rival city. And it's funny because the team came from thin air and they already got a rival. And it's just because of the history between the two cities in sports. So I love it. San Diego FC, let's fucking get it done. Let's get it done. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what we do. Let's move on. Gervonta Davis is fighting, and it's pretty big bout. I think that Gervonta is gonna run away with this, as his record is 38-0 or 30-0 with hold on, let me double check that here. Yeah, so Gervonta Davis doing his thing with 30 total fights, 30 wins, and 28 knockouts. And one of those was against one of my boys. I really liked Ryan Garcia. I know he had a couple of things pop up with his piss test coming back hot, and the back and forth with all that, and then you could talk about his antics on social media and all this, that, and the third. I just like to talk about the athlete here. Um, I was a big fan of Ryan Garcia, especially being the fact that he was with Oscar De La Hoya, who was one of my favorite fighters growing up. But nonetheless, Gervonta Davis, TKO and him, like I said, 30 wins, 30 28 knockouts, and I just I just don't think that Gervonta is going to lose, because the way that he comes in and he takes his time. He picks his punches. He's extremely accurate. He's extremely fast, and he's extremely mean. I don't think Lamont has anything coming. I mean, and I hate to just call that guy out. I mean, Lamont's very talented and in what he does, but dude, Gervonta Davis is just a boss. So, I mean, listen, Lamont's coming in and fighting an on fire Gervonta Davis. I mean, he's had 28 total bouts. Lamont has, and He's got 25 wins, 1 loss, a draw with 10 knockouts. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's got coming into this fight. Like I said, I think Gervonta Davis is going to be too much for him. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it TKO in the 5th round. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling it. That being said, it's Fuck It Friday, so let's gamble like some degenerates. So I've got the Wings over the Blue Jackets in the Stadium Series at a -105. SDSU basketball over Wyoming at -310. The Ottawa Senators over the San Jose Sharks at a -305. I got Winnipeg Jets over Philly at a -225. I'm going to take Anaheim over Chicago, even though Bedsy took it a little personal lately with some of the things being said about him. But I'm taking Anaheim over Chicago at a -155, and I'm taking Gervonta Tank Davis at a -1600. Those total odds are a +765. I threw $12.73 in there. That'll win me $110.20. Folks, let's make that paper. Let's watch some good sports this weekend. Have some beers, enjoy your company. Have a great weekend. And once again, I'm Mark Saxon. Back to the drawing board. Thank you for joining me for yet another week.